From the streets to the studio, from crisis to recovery, from awareness to action. Ask the Messengers. We bring you real talk about public health, addiction and recovery, and the issues that matter most in our communities. The message is hope. The message is change. Ask the Messengers begins now. Today on Ask the Messengers, we bring you part 1 of Broken Vows, an emotionally gripping 4-part short film series presented by NCADD of Greater Detroit. This series explores the impact of substance use disorders on families, friendships, and community trust. It is also a reminder that addiction doesn't discriminate and recovery begins when the truth is faced with compassion and support. We are also excited to bring you this because our very own Che Monet is one of the leading actors in this series. Be sure to watch the rest of this series on the NCADD GDA YouTube channel. Plus, our author series with Kimberly E. Mallory featuring her interview with a colorful rainbow author, April Crawford. Also, in our Women Do Recover series with Lashon, a few women open up about their addiction to recovery journey.
I was born for it, I was made for it. Working before I was paid for it. Ain't no finish line, I'm trying to race to it. Yeah, I'm the pastor, but I'm a heathen. I gotta get it beat. Some bereavement, we ain't just in the lead, we the leads. And pushing it till we siege every region.
That's right. Stand up now. They don't want to hear me preach today. No, they don't want the word. You see, we're going to talk about something today. We're going to talk about addiction. Okay? We don't need to depend on drugs.
Right, sir.
We need to depend on Jesus. We don't need to depend on alcohol. We need to depend on Jesus.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear the word. Now, I know we all got problems. We all got it going on. You got to lean on God. Lean on Jesus. Don't lean on the bottle. Don't lean on the weed. Don't lean on the pipe. Lean on Jesus. Whoa, y'all hear me now. Hey. Oh my God, I can't believe how you were up there.
What?
Oh, it was amazing.
You like that?
Oh, everybody liked it. Everybody loved it.
Oh, come on, cut it out. Cut
the
it out.
energy, the message, the words that you sang.
The Lord was speaking through me,
Oh,
brother.
yes, he was. Yes, he was. So,
Yeah.
real quick, this week we have 2 Bible studies we have to knock out. And, there's the fundraiser.
Okay, I got it.
Okay,
Got it.
you
Don't
got to
worry.
get those checks.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay, it's coming up.
Yeah.
You got it?
Don't worry about it. I got it.
You sure you got
I
it?
got it.
You
Oh,
going to
yeah.
get the
Oh, yeah.
checks?
I got it. You can count on me.
I know it. I know it.
Look, okay.
I'm so anxious for next week.
Get out of here,
can't
man.
wait.
Get out of here.
I love you, man.
All right, love you
I
too.
love you.
See you in a minute.
Woo.
Celebrate.
What's up, man? Yeah, that was such a good word, honey.
It
like
was.
that?
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. What we eating today?
Man, I don't know.
Okay, I like the buffet.
Yeah. Okay.
You got one of
Buffet
the
where?
buffet, CJ? No, well, I'll just cook. Let me cook.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I'll cook for you. Let's go home.
That's better. Nah.
Okay, look. Let me tell you one more time. What? Nah, I heard you studying the other day. Was it this sermon? I mean, is that where you got your revelation?
Well, yeah, it came to me.
It came to
dream,
you,
so I decided,
yes.
Take a look at it.
Hallelujah.
See what's going on. It came out nice.
Hallelujah.
Ma,
Yeah.
what's this?
What you want for dinner? Pasta, meatloaf.
Ma, what is this?
Baby, what you want for dinner?
Ma, I know what this is. Do you know about it?
Let's just leave well enough alone. I'm not talking about that. What do you want for dinner?
Is Dad drinking?
Now, I told you, leave well enough alone. I'm not dealing with all that. You know what? Let's just let it be. Let it be. Okay?
You know what? If you're not gonna say anything, I'm gonna say something, Ma, because this is ridiculous.
You know what? You gonna mind your damn business. That's what you gonna do. Now, you want pasta or meatloaf?
I don't want nothing.
Yeah, that's what happened. I never thought my pops would be a hypocrite. He stood in church and lied straight to our face. What would you do?
Welcome
April Crawford to the show. I am so excited to have you on the show. And you know why I'm so excited is because you wrote a children's book. I have yet to have an author on my show that wrote a book for children. And so I'm super excited that you're on the show. So welcome.
Thank you so much, Miss Mallory, for
You're
having me
so
on the
very
show.
welcome. You're so very welcome. And so what I would like for you to do is just tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, my name, of course, is April Crawford. I've been in the field of social work for over 20 years, and I eventually transitioned over to special education. So I teach children with special needs. And of course, I am a survivor of epilepsy, which I've had since the age of 6. So I understand what it is to be a person with special needs. So, and, being able to be an adult with that. So that's what made me be a person to write the book for children.
Wow. And so is that what inspired you to write this book, was because of, your epilepsy and, being a child and knowing what children go through? So you were able to write the book. And as I read your book is really located in a school. In the book, you're in a classroom. Tell us a little bit about first of all, let me just say the name of her book is Colorful Rainbow. And it's such a beautiful book because, and I really would love for you all to pick this up for your children. And you see how it is, because it's like characters. You guys see this? It's characters. And all through the book is the same characters. And so it's so amazing, this book. I really got a kick out of reading it because, it made me smile. And I'm like, yeah, I can see children loving this book. So tell us about A Colorful Rainbow.
So the book is about 5 different students who think that they're all alone and it's their first day of school. And then they realize that they're not alone. And they all come to the to the classroom in Miss Starr's classroom, which is the resource teacher. And they realize that they are unique and that they all have strengths. And Miss Starr lets them know that they are as colorful as a rainbow and as unique as a unicorn. And the children get to know each other all of them have an individual disability, and they talk about it openly. And that's the purpose of the book, because a lot of times children as well as adults do not feel comfortable talking about the diagnosis or the category or the stigmatism that comes with a disability. So the children have the conversation and say, oh, you have autism, you're great at organizing. I need help with organizing. I have challenges with reading. Oh, I love to read. So each one of them learn to support each other in those areas that they might need help in. So they really learn to group together and form a bond. And then the parents come together, and then they also develop like a family-oriented environment. So that was the purpose of this book, to learn that the children are not alone in the process, in the educational environment and in the community.
Wow, that's really good. That is really good. Now, are there age limits in your book? Do you talk about the different ages with children with special need? Because there are adults, they have the mind of a child, but they are adults with special needs. So tell us, does your book talk about that too, being maybe saying 21, but you're in the 2nd grade or 3rd grade?
Well, the good thing about my book, the age group is 4th grade, but it's 4th through middle school, like age 9 through 12, 12 years old. So 4th grade through like 7th grade, but a person in high school could read this book and be able to relate to it, because me being a special education teacher, a lot of students that are in high school are at a 2nd or 3rd grade level when it comes to reading. And even in adults, when I used to teach 18 to 26 students that receive special education services, they could pick up this book and be able to relate and be able to connect and say, oh, okay, this is something that I can, gravitate to. And even parents, like I said, as adults, sometimes we do not feel comfortable talking about different disabilities. And that just knowing that we're not alone out here and that there's a lot of supports out there. And that's what the children also talk about, said, oh yeah, I go to the social worker. Oh, I get extended time. I have a hearing impairment. I'm learning sign language. Oh, you can teach us sign language. So it talks about a lot of things that, the average people do not feel comfortable talking about.
Right. And the good thing about it is when I read this book, and even I liked it, and I really got something out of this book. And what I got out of the book is that not only do I told my sister this too. Let me just say this. My sister has been teaching special need children for 30 years now. And she loves it so much, and I told her as soon as I finished interviewing you that she can take the book and read it to the students. But also, she teaches the students that do not have special needs, and they need to read this book too, because it can help them understand the students that do have special needs that sometimes they may not even have a clue. And this book will help them understand that they may have special needs, but they are also unique.
Exactly. And a lot of times I've learned being in special education, a lot of the general ed students don't understand, like, why are you going to go see the speech therapist, or why are you going to down the hall to another room? And a lot of times they don't understand. And that's why I feel like the book can be helpful to the general public, because everybody needs to know about, people with special needs and how they can be, educated as well, to know that everybody is unique, but all of us, are special, but we're all in the same, we're all special people.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I enjoyed about the book, because I said it's for not just the special need children, it's for the children that are not special needs, so they can understand what these special need children sometimes go through. And, sometimes, like you said, stigmatized. So I would like for you to do is look into the camera, and I would like for you to talk to the audience and tell them some words of encouragement.
Well, I would like for the audience to know that it's very important to reach out to the community, reach out to various agencies out there to get support. If you need to talk to someone, if you do have a mental health disability, or if you have special education services, to know that you are not alone, to know that, to not feel like the diagnosis defines who you are as an individual, and to know that you are unique, and that, everyone has strengths, and just to know that everybody is special and everyone should feel, unique and just wonderful as human beings.
Yes.
That's what I want the world to know. And, the people that are looking, at this interview right now.
Have you ever experienced bullying and come out stronger, or are you still on your journey of healing? Your story could inspire others to find hope, strength, and understanding. We're inviting you to share your bullying experience in a short video, whether you are a teen facing challenges or an adult looking back on what you've overcome. Your voices matter. Here's how to participate. Record a short video, 3 to 5 minutes, sharing your story. Be as open and honest as you feel comfortable. Then email your video to askthemessengers@gmail.com. You'll be contacted if your video is selected. Together, we can create a world where everyone feels seen, valued, and supported. Your story could help someone realize that you're not alone, and let's stand together against bullying and build a world of kindness and understanding.
How did you get started? I was 14 when I first started drinking alcohol, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that I had a lot of insecurities, low self-esteem. My environment at that time, they were drinking as I was growing up, and to fit in and didn't feel good about myself, I thought alcohol was the answer. It would make me be somebody or feel something that I thought I was missing and couldn't identify what it actually was. So I started drinking. At 17, I went to prison and ended up spending 17 years in and out of prison because of the drugs, because I didn't want to give up the drugs because it gave me a feeling of numbing out. I didn't want to deal with life, you know, and it just allowed me to just non-exist at that particular point.
Hi, Heather. What was your drug of choice?
Heroin and crack cocaine.
And how long did you use?
For about 10 years.
When did you say, look, enough is enough, I'm done? What brought you to your knees to say, look, I'm through?
When I lost custody of my daughter, legal rights to my daughter, I said, it's done. I need to be a mother now.
I've been always kind of dibbling and dabbling, like, with drugs, like, since I was a teenager. But I didn't get into, like, hard drugs until I was in my 20s, like my mid-20s. I met a guy that was like a big-time drug dealer, and he introduced me to cocaine and, like, you know, heroin, all the harder drugs and stuff. He sold everything, so it was really easily accessible, and that's kind of how my addiction started.
Last year, what got me to where I am today, I overdosed on some fentanyl, and it took them a half hour to bring me back to life. And when I got to the hospital, I stayed on a Narcan drip for 3 days. Even then, the addict in me, where my dope at? I was still looking for some dope that I had bought. And only after I got out the hospital did I realize, okay, what you gonna do different now? What happened, you know? And when I realized I was afraid of living, that I died a couple times, and I was okay to die, but I was too afraid to live. So now it was about me reevaluating where I am, what happened, and all these fears and insecurities that I'm not addressing, that I had to address it, do everything different, get different friends, because I did call 5 people before I actually picked up. Nobody answered. So it was like, I got to get some new friends, I got to do everything different. Everything I thought I knew about the program, I had to start over from the beginning, reading the literature, making me doing everything different and not going off of all the old information that I used to have in my previous recovery. It wasn't working for me no more. So I got to do everything different today. And I feel a sense of freedom today that I haven't felt in a long time. So that allows me to move forward.
So when did you get to the point where you said, look, enough is enough, I'm done?
Well, you know, I lost my best friend, my cousin, my sister. It was kind of like back to back to back. And I just remember one day I was just like, just going out of my mind, and I was just like praying to God, like, if you just get me out of this one, I promise you, like, I would never go back to that life. Like, just, you know, I felt like I never really hit my rock bottom, but I feel like I never wanted to get all the way there to, you know, wake up and be like, okay, this is enough. Like, I knew then, I knew when I first started that it was not the life for me, but just losing everybody and really marrying my husband and him and his inspiration and everything was really what made me like, okay, I gotta change, you know, because I do want a family, I want a life, I don't have any kids, I want like the whole, you know, I want all of that.
Is there anyone out there that you would like to make a direct amends to it?
Ooh, first and foremost, my family, for sending you all through everything that I sent you through, for disappointing you, for you building you all's hope up in me, and disappointing you all. And I'm truly sorry for everything that I've done to you. And I want to apologize to those that's in the fellowship that helped guide me through this process in my initial recovery, that helped me along the way, that I disappointed a lot of you all. And because y'all gave me and fed me so much, and I want to make amends to you all for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself.
I would give one of my good friends, Regine, a hope shot. I would let her know that you can do it. There is a way out. You know, we definitely don't have the same drug of choice, but drugs affect everybody the same, no matter what your choice is. So there is another way.
If you have a recovery story of your own and would like to share it right here on our show, record the video and send it to us. Our email information is right there on the screen, askthemessengers@gmail.com.
Would you like to help us save lives? You can do so by partnering with us here at Ask the Messengers by making a donation of any amount. The people in your communities need your support. Help us extend our reach and impact more lives. Supporting our organization is as easy as a click of a button. Just visit our site shown on the screen from your phone or computer, where you will see a yellow donation button. Ask the Messengers is waiting on your partnership, and your community is waiting on you.
If you prefer mailing your donations, send your check or money order payable to Ask the Messengers TV show and send it to 18400 Schaefer Highway, Detroit, Michigan 48235. Well, that concludes this week's episode of Ask the Messengers, and we're asking you to take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you to our guests today, and we hope the information shared will be of some help to you, your family, and your community. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, stay strong, stay kind, and keep standing for what's right. See you next time, right here on Ask the Messengers.